The secret behind the locked basement door and a cup of cold coffee. So my husband Mark has been acting weird. Look, we've been married for 7 years, and I thought I knew every single one of his quirks. But lately, every night at exactly 8:30, he disappears into the basement. He locks the door and tells me, honey, I just need 90 minutes of total silence. No questions, okay? I'm not gonna lie, my mind went to some dark places. Was he talking to someone else? Was he having a midlife crisis? I even checked our bank statements, expecting to see some secret gambling debt. But then, yesterday, Mark forgot to take his phone down with him. It kept buzzing on the kitchen counter. I know, I shouldn't have looked, but I did. It wasn't a text from another woman. It was a notification from a beginner's woodworking forum. The subject line, help, my joints are still wobbly. Wait, what? I crept down the stairs, very, very quietly. I pressed my ear against the door. I didn't hear a phone call. I heard sanding, and then a frustrated sigh. I heard Mark whisper to himself, no, the green has to go this way. Sarah's gonna notice if it's crooked. Everything clicked. Last Christmas, I cried over this old broken jewelry box that belonged to my grandmother. It was literally falling apart, and I told him it was probably a lost cause. I peeked through the tiny gap in the doorframe, and there he was, my big, tough husband, covered in sawdust, meticulously gluing a tiny piece of velvet lining into a hand-carved mahogany box. He had a stack of how-to books next to him, and a cup of coffee that had clearly been cold for hours. He's been spending his own me time, the time he usually spends watching the game or decompressing, learning an entire trade, just to fix something that holds my memories. I didn't knock. I just went back upstairs and started making him a fresh pot of coffee. He thinks he's keeping this huge secret, and honestly, I'm gonna let him think he's the world's greatest spy, at least until he sees me surprised to tears on our anniversary.